If I had to grow a scoop business fast in a brand new city, these are the 5 marketing moves that I would make immediately. I used all of these to go from a few $100 a month to 5,000, 50,000, and now over $100,000 a month in just 7 years. In this video, I want to talk about how I used these to go from a few $100s to 50,000 and eventually $100,000 a month. If you want to get the step-by-step scripts, templates, and support that you need to grow your business, it is all in the PSM group. I'll leave the link below. If you're watching my other videos, you'll know that I'm really big about posting in the Facebook buy-sell groups and the city and neighborhood pages. One of the first things that I would do if I was opening up in a new city is I would find those groups on Facebook. I would try to find a way to get into them, and I would first make sure that they don't have any rules against businesses. You don't want to join the groups that have absolutely no rules at all, because you'll see that every post on that group is small businesses trying to get clients. There's nobody looking for service. There's nobody signing up. It's just post after post after post of business. You want to get into one that has, some relaxed rules where they only allow, I wouldn't say in one thread, because in that thread is just all businesses promoting themselves. The better one to get into would be the ones that I grew from that say businesses are allowed to post on, Tuesday only, whatever day of the week it is. Those were good ones for me. The ones where it's just like a separate thread or there's no rules at all, I posted in those, nothing came out of it. But yeah, I would find a group that has some structure. It has a lot of posts of people asking questions, why is my internet not working? Did anybody hear those police sirens? Those are the neighborhood groups that you want to be in, because those people are connected through that, and they help each other out a lot with all of their little bitty questions throughout the day. Like I've said before, I made one really good post on a really good day at the right time, and it was, free Facebook post got me 30 clients within a few hours. It's not happened that well again, but I mean, you got to try it. You got to do it to have that chance. But every time I made a post, I usually get a few clients from it. The funny thing that you'll notice is the people that are commenting on it, asking questions, or even talking crap about it, those aren't the people that sign up. Even the people that like your post usually don't sign up. But you'll get messages and you'll get signups from other people that were just in the shadows, right? They didn't like it, they didn't comment on it, you have no idea who they are, you never saw them even in the group. They're the ones that usually sign up. Even if somebody asks on Facebook, like they're like, hey, does anybody know any pooper scoopers around? I've commented on those. And a lot of times the person who made the post and the people commenting saying that they want somebody to aren't even the ones that sign up. It's somebody else that saw the post that didn't comment on it that ended up signing up. So I'm a big advocate for free posts within Facebook. I don't know much about, trying to make, ways to go around like in the marketplace where it's not allowed, but you do it in a way where it is. I don't know a whole lot about that, but I post a picture of a bucket, the yellow bucket sitting in a clean yard, and make it say, thank you for everybody signed up last week. I got a few spots left. If you want to get on the route, give me a call. So for sure, that is the very first thing that I do in any group that I join or any city that we expand to. I'm making Facebook posts. The second thing that I would do that is also very cheap, that I didn't think would work in the beginning, but actually does pretty good, is the yard signs. They call them bandit signs. I think ours are like 12 by 18. They're a little smaller than the 18 by 24-inch ones. But we get those for $1 a piece. I mean, the sign with color, with all the information, and stakes for $1 a piece, right? Like it's crazy to not do it. I did it mainly for branding awareness, but it actually does bring us clients. It's really simple. It just, you don't need to add your logos to it, a bunch of colors. I don't even put the website on there. I literally say, we scoop dog poop, and then it says dog poop removal on it, and it has my phone number. So I basically have dog poop on there twice, and my phone number. That's all. They don't need to know my company name. They don't need to know my logos. They'll learn all that when they contact us if they're needing that service. It's simple, easy to read. They're passing it at a red light. They're stopping at a stop sign for a few seconds. I want them to be able to read it super quickly or take a picture of it and move on. I've seen a lot of bandit signs that look really good. You know, I'm like, pass by, I'm like, man, that was a cool looking sign. I have no idea who they are or what they do, right? I just saw that they made a really good graphic. That's not gonna help you grow your business. And so the third thing that I do, and you're gonna like this, I got 5 things for you that I do to grow the business, and 4 of them are extremely cheap or free. So the 5th one will cost you a bit more money. It's probably my biggest growth factor that we have, but the first 4 you could do today. The 3rd one would be the referral program. And so, especially when I was a solo scooper and I was, you know, texting my clients more and in more communication with them than I am now, I would love to know we had a referral program to where anybody that they told about our service that signed up and paid for service, they would get a free visit for that. And that worked out really well for me. I had one client, I mean, I had a lot of clients that did it and we got a few clients from it, but I had one client that she made a Facebook post in her neighborhood page that I wasn't allowed to get into because I didn't live there. And she made a post in there that was so good that she had, I want to say it was like a dozen or more clients sign up. It was at least 3 months, right? Like maybe the middle of the 3rd month, the full 3rd month. It was somewhere around there that I literally did not charge her for 3 months. And you might think that's crazy, but back then, think about it. She's paying $50 per month. That's $150, right? She made a free post for me and had 12 people sign up. Those 12 people paid a lot more than that $150 that she was going to pay. And so doing a referral program and giving a free visit is very good. Yeah, do it. It was one of the best things for me in the beginning because I can only make so many posts, but when somebody who has no affiliation with the business at all, they're not making any money for it, they're not trying to sell you on anything, they're just saying, I use this, it's amazing, check it out, people are more likely to sign up. And so other than you know, making posts myself, the yard signs, man, the referral program works out a lot because people love free service and all they gotta do is share it and they could get, you know, 100 people sign up, I'll give you 100 free visits. For sure, 100%. This 4th one is also pretty cheap. It costs a little more than the yard signs, but it costs way less than the 5th one that I'll be giving you. But the 4th one is doing door hangers. You might think that these don't work out very well. It's all about the way that you design them. You don't want to add, just like the other signs, you don't want to add on too much info where people are going to look at it and they're going to assume it's, you know, lawn mowing or pool cleaning or whatever. They're just going to throw it away. You want to get something that grabs their attention, that makes sure that they realize that this is not lawn mowing or pool cleaning or pest control. This is something that you haven't ever seen before. So make sure you get a really good design for it. And this goes back to number 3, talking about the referral program. One thing that we started doing with our door hangers that has helped us out a lot is on one side, we're talking about your first visit is free when you sign up today, you know, scoop your dog's poop, your time is valuable, all those things. The back side basically talks about if you don't have a dog, right? Because we're putting those in all these houses, there could be a bunch of them that don't even own dogs. So the back side basically tells them, if you don't have a dog, but you share us with someone that does, and they sign up and they say, hey, this person referred me, this is their phone number, we are going to send you, whether it's Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, we're going to send you $50 for every client that signs up that you tell about us. And you know, you say, well, that's not cheap. The door hangers are cheap. You know, they're probably a couple of dollars a piece. And I know that $50 doesn't sound cheap, but the $50 comes after someone else signs up, right? It's a no-brainer. It's a lot cheaper than the 5th one. The 5th and final marketing tip that I would give you that costs the most, but brings in the most clients, would be focusing on your local SEO and Google Ads, right? Local SEO is going to have you come up organically. Google Ads are going to have you come up above the organic results, but it's going to cost you a little bit more money. For us, it's totally worth it. I would pay for ads every single month without even thinking about it at this point because of what it brings in. You know, we get 60 to 80 clients every single month, and 95% of those are from Google. You know, I got 8 trucks out. We're doing over 1,200 yards a week. We're in a lot of neighborhoods. We're in front of a lot of houses. We're driving around 6 days a week. in the DFW area. We put out yard signs, we put out door hangers. Still, the amount of people that see those things is not the amount of people that are on Google and using Google to search for dog poop pickup services. That is the place to be, right? So make sure that you have a good website. Make sure that you get on, Google. I used to be called Google Maps. I don't know what they call it these days, but make sure that where you have a listing where it shows that you're open or closed, your website, a link to call you, like a Google profile for your business. Just like when you look up a Chinese restaurant near you, those ones that pop up where it shows reviews and all that, you want to be on there. Basically, just got to get Google verified. You can use your home address. That's what I used to do in the beginning. Use your home address. Once you verify it and you get on Google, you can tell Google to hide your address because nobody comes to you for service. You're going to them, and so it won't even show your address. It just will show the areas that you service. Once you get on Google, you're going to want to collect as many reviews as you can. Right? So if you don't have any reviews, I didn't say this, but maybe you get some friends that know that you're a good guy. Maybe go scoop their yard just so it's even more honest, and get them to leave you a review. If you have clients, you need to ask them immediately to get you some reviews on there, right? You need at least 50 or more reviews to really help out with SEO and Google and even your ads performing better, especially if those reviews are making comments in their review about dog poop removal. These guys remove our dog poop, these guys are pooper scoopers, they're amazing. Stuff like that is really gonna help you out. And also make sure when you take photos at yards, I know on iPhone, I don't know about Android, but you need to turn on the location with your camera. Make sure that your camera can see your location, because when you take photos in the areas that you're servicing and then you upload those photos to your Google profile, Google's gonna use that geo tag and see that you really do service those areas, right? I don't know, I'm not too nerdy into that, I don't know how well it is, but I've heard that multiple times, that making sure that your phone reads your location when you take a photo, you upload it to Google, their backend reads all of that, right? So if you got a lot of photos in one city and it shows you were there, you were in that yard, you got a picture of the house or a picture of the backyard, it's really gonna help them make you show up there more organically, because it knows 100% that you service that area. So yeah, that I would say that number 5, while being the most expensive option, is the best one out of the 5. You want to be doing all of them: door hangers, referral program, the yard signs. You want to be make sure that you're doing all of those, posting on Facebook, but you really need to be on Google. You need to be optimized. You need to make sure that your website has good SEO, and you need to look into Google AdWords and start running some ads as soon as you can. If you don't know anything about that and you're kind of terrified to, like I said before, join PSM. There is a classroom in there on the school app on how to create a Google ad. All the steps, pictures, videos, literally walks you through every single step, like they're holding your hand on creating a Google ad and even a Facebook ad. Those might work better in your area. Where I'm at, it's Google. Some other people in smaller towns, smaller areas, Facebook works really well for them, and might even be cheaper than Google. So we'll say number 5 is running paid ads. Whether it's Facebook or Google, get some paid ads, get some SEO. So if you're serious about growing fast and you want templates for signs, door hangers, Facebook posts, SEO help, it's all inside PSM. You don't need to guess, just log on, go to the classrooms, learn everything you need to do, and then implement it. We'll leave the link down below, and I'll see you in the group.